on our website, where you will get the, there's me. On our website, you'll get the best quality visuals on our website. If you go to hookingrugs.com, you can see us there. And I just want to show you today, I want to talk about a few things, and I'll go over what I want to do today. So I want to talk about hooking the C. That's where I'm going to go. And I want to talk about our iris course, and we'll be hooking the C in that. I want to show you some sea blues. We just had a new, I know many of you bought those sky blue package, the watercolor blues, and many of you want it more. So we have a couple more blues packages to show you. They're a little bit different. And we sent out our prizes to people, and we'll pick another prize winner this week. I've got a Sunday letter I want to share with you. And just talking about, I got a wink to somebody. I told them I'd give them a little wink. So there's my little wink. So you know who you are. There's my little wink. Anyway, so we are preparing right now. Lorna said the basement is a mess because it's not really. It's completely organized with 52 different wools, because each one of these little squares has about 50 wools in it. I'm not exactly sure if it's 52 or 57, but each one of these little. And this is our iris kit, and this is our online winter course. So for 8 years in a row, we have done a course, perhaps even 9, we're not sure. And each year I focus on it's different than my other courses, because what I do with these is I do a how-to. So if you look at this kit here, this is our iris kit. So it's irises across the bay, and I'm just going to open one for you. And we are shipping these now. We thought we wouldn't be able to ship them till the 7th of February, but Greg has been working. We've got some done, and we have been shipping them. So if we get everything shipped early, the last day for the sale is February 7th. So you still have like about 10 days for the sale, and the sale is significant. So if we get them shipped early, we might let the course go out a little early, Aunt? Would be nice.
Sure.
Who knows? Sure, she says. So this is how it works. So when I hook this, I start it so that you'll get a drawing, hand drawn on here, with Brenda draws the drawings on for us, and there's 2 on there in a diptych. And if you order the triptych, you get a 3rd pattern. And you can do these individually, or you can do them all together if you want. Right, so this can go on your Shetty Camp. You could have this on a hoop if you want it, or you could put this on your Shetty Camp after. But this is the biggest one that we can do on that we can get drawn on our table. So we had to compromise there. Plus, when I hooked 2, and then I hooked another. So this is authentically the way we did it. Now, when you open up this package, inside you will see that we have all kinds of different great yarns and cloth, and if there's cloth in here, it's all cut up for you. So this is all stapled up. Oh my gosh, there we go.
So each one is separate.
Each one is separate, yeah. So in here, you're going to see that you have the royals for your C, and you got some nice thick royals, and like I put in some curly locks and some what's this one? Thicket, and we've got nice thick sort of big merino. We've got blue cloth. We've got blue slub. So we've got hand dyed. This is like from our color school. We've got lots of hand dyed Briggs and Little, and lots of hand dyed cloth in here, and even some sari. And then in each case, we have a packet in here of other multicolors for you for your I should open that too, I guess. I'm going to put this one away so we don't. Oh, there's some curly locks in here, some merino stream, and this is a lichen and lace. So there's little bits of everything. Like I said, well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, wow, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 different shades and textures of yarn right in there for the irises. And then if you include the houses, so that was 34, right? So let's see what we have for houses. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So there are 46, is an accurate number of how many different kinds of yarns are in each little square. I thought there was like over 50, but there's 46. So that gives you an idea of why these patterns and kits are so complicated, and why when we do these, we don't always have them available, because we are working, we have to get so many different yarns in, and we have to dye so many of these, because lots of them are hand dyed here. Or we have Angie dye them. So once you're finished with the kit, we have these frames available, and our local carpenter is hand making these. And you can see they're beautifully made. They're painted white, and they'll pop in this frame. And the frame is like 14 and a quarter each one, so that your 14 by 14 has a little bit room to bloom in there. So that is what the kit is like. And like I said, it is with the step-by-step, you really do learn how to make this just as I make it, and you learn the process of working, of how I work. So I'm going to leave this all here for it to go back. We'll package this one up to go back, and it'll probably be shipped out to one of you in the next few days. So that's what we're working on downstairs in the basement. So we have, how many did I say? 47? 47 different yarns, all cut up in small pieces, because we have to weigh each, we have to take each skein, separate it, and weigh it. So I hope you'll join me for this year's online winter course. It's called Irises Across the Bay, and you can do it as a diptych or a triptych, or if you want to, you can just take the course itself. Now, I'm going to get my book here, because my book sort of tells me what I'm going to be doing next. There we go. All right. So let's go in and do some hooking on the C. I'm so happy that I counted that up. Now I know. So a 14 by 14 piece with 47 colors is really something. Now, this one is not 14 by 14. This is about 57 by 57 or something like that. I'm never really sure. 57 is kicking in today. Though I'm saying 57. It could be 52. Could be 40. 40. I know it's not 40 something. Let's see. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try and finish off this C with you guys. So I am using a lot of different yarns here. And one of the things, okay, so when we're working small, we're changing cloth colors like quite often. But when we're working big, we're not. We're not always changing. We're working in big areas, right? So this C is a little bit different than other C's that I've hooked, because I am making such large areas of one color. I want to make sure that there's motion in here. So I've used a yarn, I've used a yarn, and sometimes you'll see that I'm kind of hooking kind of big V's, and that's this yarn here. We only have a couple left, but Joe was going to order some more. It's iCat Bulky, and it's a merino yarn. That's what I've used here for the light. Now these yarns here that I'm using, these are Briggs & Little, but they're hand dyed by Angie, and you'll see what's important in hooking the water is making sure that your shades are, close together, but a bit different. And in this water, I've used about 7 shades, okay, in the goldenrod, in the goldenrod bay water. So I'm just going to keep hooking here. This morning, I was doing some writing. Sometimes I write through the week for my Sunday letters and think about what I want to say. And I was doing some writing, and really, this morning, I was really struggling, because I was trying to write about what we do here and how we try to be positive and cheerful, because I was talking to Angela yesterday. It's really easy in the middle of COVID and in the middle of winter to sort of pick up on negativity, and I think that one of the things that I do know is that a lot of times when you see someone being positive, it looks like that's their natural way, that they're always like, that they're just bubbly and happy. But I find that most people who are like that really work at it. And I was trying to write about that, and I was having a hard time expressing myself about it. And that's that's the way it is sometimes. Sometimes you have something on your mind, because I talked to Lorna about it yesterday, and I talked to Angela about it, and I really wanted to say it, but I couldn't get it out in words, and that, I guess that's it. Like, sometimes you know what you're feeling or thinking, but it's hard to express it. And I think sometimes, instead of trying to express it, I just go hook a rug. Because you just don't. You're not. So I spent, in my little book where I write down what I did today, I wrote down, I fiddled. And I was down in the basement sort of walking around, and Robert saw me, because we share a basement with Mansour's and with Casey Realty, and he said, are you taking the day off? Like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm just getting ready for the live and thinking about what I'm going to do, and, I kind of knew I was going to do the C here. So Kathy was talking to me last night. She called me about DFS Social, and there's a lot of people on there, and some of them are really participating a lot, which is great. We want to build that as a kind of a quiet but private little community just about rug hooking, and just for the studio, And one of the things that she wants to do is, on there you can kind of keep a page that's just your page, right? So now I've got this royal blue in, and remember I said to you, you got to use more than a little bit. So I'm just going to go get another big hunk of that royal blue and start right where I left off. And so that I have a nice thick area of the royal blue right to the edge. Well, she wants to show you how to create your page, because once you create your page, like every little blog post that you make, every post that you make will always be on your page, and you can just go back and you sort of have a record, any photos that you upload, so you have a nice record of your rugs. So she suggested that next week she and I make a video of how to do that, how to upload your banner and all of that. So we're going to help you with that if you're on DFS Social, and it is just really a social site, a place to be together and talk about a common interest. Okay, so we like this, right? Now, I don't like how this is right now. Like, I like the whole thing, but see how this goes up and then down and then up? I feel like the middle needs some poof, So I think today we're going to make a turn in this rug. So I'm going to kind of thicken up the middle a little bit. And I'm hooking, you'll see that I folded it over, and I'm hooking 2 at a time. So I did finally get something written for the Sunday letters, and I was pleased with it. And, I just try to write whenever I can, something that I want to share with you. So I was thinking about that lately. So I think the thing I'd like to ask you to comment on today, because in the comments we always like to hear from you. Now, if you're on our website watching, which I hope you are, because the picture's so clear there, and you can learn so much more by the picture being clear, you can comment. There's 3 little dots. If you pop out the 3 little dots, maybe I should just show you right here. If you're on our website and you're watching, you just go to hookingrugs.com.
Can you turn your computer?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
You go to hookingrugs.com and you go to lives, and there up I pop, and here we are. And there's 3 dots here, and it'll pop out. If you click out, pop out. And there's 3 dots here. Now I'm just gonna pop out. There's 3 dots here. You pop out, and you might have to put in your name and accept the terms of service. I don't know if it does or not, but talk to me. Yay. Okay. Yay is like my favorite Facebook word. So talk to me. So here, what was I going to ask you? What I was going to ask you was if you could please write in what you do to make your life a little bit nicer when things aren't perfect. So like when it's really cold out or when it's winter and you can't get out as much, or you have COVID restrictions, depending on where you live. Here in Atlantic Canada, we still have lots of COVID restrictions. So what do you do to sort of enrich your life? And I think that, like Lorna, I know what you do.
What do I do?
She walks to work every day, like in -21, about 45 minutes. She walks to work every single day. And what? It's an hour. It takes an hour. I told her 45 minutes. Takes an hour.
Sometimes I get a little late.
Yeah, she walks to work every day in her snow pants from her son's store in Truro. What's his store's name?
HAF.
HAF, yeah, Luke. And she has great snow pants from him. And she walks to work every day. And Angela, what do you do?
Yes, Angela, what do you do?
What do you do?
Wine.
She's on dry January.
I'm on dry January though.
Don't worry about her. She'll be fine.
I'm doing okay.
And you do that you do your activity.
Which one?
Taekwondo.
My taekwondo?
Your taekwondo.
Yep, it's a great stress reliever.
It's a great stress reliever.
Yep.
So what do you guys do? That's what I want to know. What do you do to uplift yourself? Joe, what do you do, Joe?
In January and February, we're planning next year's garden.
Plans his gardens in January and February. And I know that you guys all do things. You hook, of course. We all hook, and that's a definite thing. Sometimes I'll take an online course or download an audio book. I'm having trouble finding a great audio book right now. I've had like about 5 this week, but it's from the library, from Libby, so it's so nice. You can just borrow it and bring it right back if it's not for you. So what kinds of things are people saying, you guys? What are we hearing?
People like to relax and use essential oils.
Oh, okay. So Lorna said that some people use essential oils and relax with those. That's interesting. That's great.
Someone said a golden doodle makes everything better.
Ah.
Who said that?
Chris.
Chris said a golden doodle makes everything better. And it's true. Animals really do enrich people's lives. There's no question. I know, you guys know that I'm not good with animals. I don't have any animals. But I know that how much they mean to people and how much they enrich people's lives for sure. Especially from Angela here, who I work with.
Couple of these on here dance. That's my kind of.
Oh, yeah, Lorna. Lorna will come in and tell us she danced. She had a party at home.
Yeah, I just go downstairs and dance.
Lorna, yeah.
Makes me feel better.
Just goes downstairs, turns on the music, and dances. I think that's great.
It's a lot of knitting and hooking.
A lot of knitting and hooking. It's true. I think I'm going to take home a knitting project. I think I'm going to give a little knitting. I think I kind of want a big kind of cream colored blanket, and I'm going to knit myself one. Wouldn't mind a big cream colored rug either. Maybe that's my next project. I always have a project on at home and here because like rug hooking is, I've told you so many times, and I know I tell you the same things over and over again, but rug hooking is a place to go, folks. It's a place to go, it's a place to be, and it's just a beautiful thing. Now, this yarn I'm using is Rasta, and so I've been using lots of thinner yarns, right? This is the new blue collection that we're working on now, and I'll show you that after. But now I'm bringing out the Rasta, and this is it's an expensive yarn. So like even in this big rug, I still have half a skein left on all of this blue. So, you don't use the whole thing up. You use it in several rugs, but it is really worth it because it gives me a new sort of smooth. It's fluffy, but it's smooth. That's a weird thing. I don't know. It's I shouldn't say it's fluffy, more it's puffy, I guess. It's kind of puffy, but it's. And then I've been using this, which is a great yarn, and it's I'll tell you after I have it out there, but it's one of our $14.95 yarns. It's pure wool. But this teal, I didn't use any hardly up here, but down here it I find it makes everything look kind of reflective, It kind of gives a sheen. Sometimes I can't tell you exactly what it is that it does because I don't even know myself. I just kind of feel it more than anything else. Now, and then I've got a lichen and lace here too that I'm going to pop in here. And I'm gonna probably finish it up with that like lace. This area anyway right here, because I think that lichen and lace looks really good with this teal. So let's see how that works. And it's kind of like a little bit like Rasta, but it's thinner, and it has some nylon in it, I think, a little tiny bit of nylon, so it has a more of a sheen. So, and it has a bit of mauve and a bit of teal and a bit of aqua. See how those colors are coming together? The mauve, the teal, the aqua. And that's all, the yarn is doing all the work for me right now. But I did pick the yarn, so I get credit for that. All right. There we go.
So I have a question, Deanne.
Yeah, sure.
I posted a question in the harbor, and thank you everyone for your responses. I bailed on my last two projects because I feel like I'm in a funk
Right?
and that my hooking isn't going where I want it to go, and I'm
Right.
getting discouraged. You get
Oh.
in a funk, and how do you get over that?
Yeah, sure I do. I think creativity, I mean, I think that's what I was talking about earlier, is that sometimes in life we feel like we get in a little funk. So naturally, that will happen in our rug hooking too. We'll get in a little funk. Things aren't working out the way it was. I have abandoned projects with no remorse. No remorse whatsoever. Like just done. You're out of here. I've done that. I have just totally left them. I've left them sometimes for a couple of weeks and come back to them. Sometimes what I'll do is go do something. Sometimes you just need to step away from something. It's not really that there's a problem with the project. Sometimes it's the funk in you that's getting in the way, right? And it's not really the rug or the creativity but sometimes you just need to go nurture yourself a little bit. No offense, Angela. I don't know that that's true in your case at all. But sometimes you need to step away and just give yourself a few days where you are maybe, you're drawing and you're thinking about it. So here are some practical tips. Take a photograph of the rug, right? Take a photograph of it from the front side. Take a photograph of it from the back side. Take a photograph of it from far away. Look at it in different ways. Introduce a new wool, right? Introduce a completely new wool. One thing I don't encourage people to do is keep pulling out and putting back. I think like if you're constantly, I think it's better to finish it and it not be exactly what you want than it is to sort of keep changing the wools and the cloth and never getting on with it. And then the other thing is sometimes I just push through. So you can see I have lots of different responses to that, right? Sometimes I'll get rid of it. Sometimes I'll step away from it. And sometimes I'll just push through because I'll say to myself, in 5 more hours on this and I can have this done and I can move on to the next thing. And I can learn from this if it's done. So I think that if something isn't going right, it just might not be the right piece at the right time, might not be anything wrong with it. So in that case, pushing through, to me, makes a lot of sense. Does that help?
That does.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones that I love is taking it and actually turning your image.
Yes, that's a good point.
Because that has actually, you told me to do that before,
Yeah.
and it's quite interesting to look
Yeah.
at it from a different perspective.
So look at it upside down or sideways.
Yeah, because sometimes
or-
that's all it is.
Yeah.
It just looks better that way.
Painters do that all the time. That was the last stitch in that C. Look at that. So I'm just going under. I'm going underwater here for a minute. See what I got. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're good. All right. So
Somebody has asked, do you hook the light colors first?
someone asked if I hooked the light colors first. I did hook this iCat. I put that in first. But no, not generally. I like to move back and forth, kind of painterly. Like sometimes it needs a dab of light, but that water's looking pretty darn good. Like I'm happy with this. I've been turning this with it, so this is part of our new blue collection. I'm going to show you in a minute. Angie dyed that up she's dyeing it up this week. We got the samples dyed, so that'll ship next week. And again, it's like the other blue collection. We're not going to have like I don't know how many we're going to have. We'll just sort of see how it goes. All right. And that's why I showed you the kits today. I want you to understand why we get you to order them early and then before the course, because there is so much involved in making each one. We need to know, you know, how many. So so if you can order, and that's why we put a sale on it too, because we want you to order before a certain date so that we can always get them out. This is looking really good. I don't know about this lime. Like, I'm not sure about it, but it looks pretty darn good. So let's just unroll and see what we got here, okay? You've been with me for weeks, and we've been working on this, 3 or 4 weeks. And I've been spending pretty much every day. This has been my job. I haven't been doing a lot of other things, a little bit of writing. Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be really nice. I think it's going to be quite outstanding. Yeah. I love this white field over here. I don't know if I need more white over there. I might, I might have to pop some in. So let's see what we got coming up. So coming up, we have another hill over here, which I think I'm going to put some white in. I'm going to put some little bit of white in the foreground. And then we just have the sky. And the sky's big, mind you. Oh, wow, I'm happy. I feel good about this. I'm going to look at it from this side, yeah. And then from this side, yeah. I put some wine in there. I put a little blueberry field in there for my friend Krista, who said, "Stop hooking goldenrod. It's a blueberry farmer's nightmare." So I'm going to roll this now. And let's see what we have to do next. So I'm glad the water's finished. What I want to show you next now is I want to show you all the royal blues that we have in the studio so that you can sort of look at hooking your own C's. And if you decide that you're just buying the pattern for our online winter course, these royal blues would be great these royal blues would be great for the Iris workshop. So I'm gonna have to bring that back a little bit. I'm not gonna get the whole, I'm gonna have a couple more turns yet, because once it gets so big on my Shedicamp, I have to once it gets so big, I can only reach so far. So I want to work from this side. I don't really like when I have a lot rolled up. I don't like working from that side. So I'm going to leave this here. There we go. I'm just going to start. I'm going to tighten that up. Always remember to tighten your Shedicamp on the sides. That's really important. That's what gives you your stability. Now, see, I'm right excited. I'm on to another thing now. I don't even want to show you those sea blues because I want to talk about what we're going to be doing with the sky. And if you look at that right up there, it'll give you a little idea what we're going to be doing with the sky. So come on out, and I'm going to show you these. I'm going to just reach in there, Lauren, and get this. Thanks. All right. So today we'll pick a winner from the comments on the hookingrugs.com. One of the people who comment on hookingrugs.com, we will be sending you a little prize out next week in a card. So these are the blues that I used in my C. Basically, deep blue echo, if you just want to, it's our studio dyed. These yarns are excellent. They are $14.95 each. They're pure wool. And this is Peruvian Highland, and this one is 100% Australian wool, Outback Chunky. And I have, the colors are, where are the colors listed on here, Joe? Are they? Just a color number. And does it say anything? Is that how they're listed on the website, by color number? Ah, okay. So it's color 6049. And color 6092, and with this Australian Outback in the royal blue, which is color blueberry, they work together great. If you're interested in this one here, it's Azul's, It's the Rasta Azules. And then this is Blue Lagoon. And that's a really, then you can see that goes from mauve to teal to blue. It's a very unusual combination. But those are basically the colors that I used in my water. Now, a lot of you wanted the the watercolor blues collection, and we ran out. We do have some of 3 of these left. How much are these, Joe?
$19.95.
They're $19.95 for the 3 of them. 3 2-ounces. So we have some of those left if you want to go on, and it's listed under Tri Blue Bundle, and Joe has them bundled with this string. So we do have a few left. You don't get all the blues, but you get some of the blues. Now, Angie brought in some blues to me last week, and because you love the watercolor blues, I thought, well, those are all great sky blues. I wanted to do a collection of sea blues. So we have 5 different sea blues in here, and this is listed as what, Joe?
Ocean blue.
These are our ocean blues. So they're really beautiful. We've got 4 in 2-ply, which if you want to, 2-ply can be either 3-ply, or you know, you can, with 2-ply you can change it to 4-ply or 6-ply just by hooking like 3 strands or 2 strands. And then we have 1 4-ply in here. And so we go from royal to sea to different sea colors. And we put this one in to sort of act as our eye catch. You know, it's a little bit different, but that would give you your waves or your water. So that is what we're doing. That's what we're doing for blues this week. So I don't know. I think like blues, we're trying to provide you with colors that sort of build your palette so you can have a good collection of colors. And we'll hopefully later on we'll kind of do the same with greens. You think this is safe for me to sit on? We'll see. Better not, just in case. It only has little rubber legs underneath it. So every Sunday we talked about Sunday letters. So I'm just going to make sure I did everything. Did my wink. Here's another wink for you. That's for Donnie, my friend Donnie. He said you gotta pull your ear like Carol Burnett used to do, so you know I'm watching. So you say hi to me. Anyway, so what I want to do now is I just want to share with you a Sunday letter, and I really want to find a publisher and make a book of Sunday letters. But this is what I got today, and this was a Sunday letter I sent out last week. But I'm going to read it to you because I think every once in a while it's a good thing to do. So, in the dark before dawn, if I am up, I like to read a little. A few pages of several books. I keep a small pile of books by my chair and a tiny book light so I can read in the dark and feel the morning coming. It's a beautiful thing to be awake before dawn, to watch another day come into being. This morning in the dark, I was reading Richard Wagamese, I think it is, a writer I read again and again. I love the way he describes going through the world, the way he explains life from his perspective. His writing is beautiful and it's meaningful. So many authors tackle big ideas, and these are the ones I like to read in the quiet of the morning. Life, it's such a big thing to explain, but yet we try. We try to understand concepts that are so huge. Love, the nature of time, nature itself, and hundreds of other things by bringing words together. And writers and thinkers have done this for over 2,000 years. And though I am grateful for them, there are still no answers. We walk in faith and we walk in love. We watch the trees take shape each morning as they emerge from dark to dawn, and we give thanks. So we continue, we read, we write, we seek to understand, and we want to relate to one another. We want meaning. That's what we're looking for. We continue because often it is not the answers we are seeking, but understanding, and these are different things. With understanding, there is acceptance, and with understanding, there is knowledge that we cannot always know the facts. And in not knowing, we go forward openly with love. This sounds so simple, but it is brave, and it is what we do as we enter each day. It is a profound and beautiful act of faith, and it is deeply courageous, and that is what we must do as humans. We must walk into each day with faith and courage. We just embrace the morning, and that makes each of us pretty amazing. That makes you pretty amazing. It means you believe in strength and love and goodness, and for that is mostly what's out there to meet us. We are all doing this together. What a profound experience when you think about it, that we are here in this time, in this place together. What a beautiful thing. So now the light of day is ready for me to go for a walk, full of gratitude for books, for authors, for this whole amazing experience that we are part of together. My heart is full, and thank you for being on this journey with me, Deanne. So that's what I try to write every week. Something like that, something that tells you how I feel about the world. And that's what we do in the Sunday letters. And that's what I think rug hooking allows me to do, because when I make rugs, I have time to try to make sense of the world. And I think we're all on a search for meaning, and we're all on a search for understanding. Some of us, for some reason or other, feel more confident in it and don't need to search quite as much. And that's a beautiful thing. But for me, I'm a searcher, and a lot of the people I know are searchers. So rug hooking helps me do that. It helps me search, it helps me focus. It helps me focus my search on something that's very tactile and something that has a lot of meaning. So please remember, when you share rug hooking, you just never know what you're sharing. And I encourage you, even if you're watching on the Deanne Fitzpatrick on our website, you can still share this to Facebook. And there's a little button there. You can connect to your Facebook and share it. And I appreciate it when you do that. And please share, and please tell people about rug hooking and about the studio, and about how we've chosen, I guess, to make meaning out of our lives. And this is how I do it, one loop at a time. So thanks for watching today. It was a nice live. I feel like I did a lot of talking. So now I guess it's time for me to go and do a bit of listening. So thank you. I'll see you later, and I'll see you again next week, I hope. Keep watching. Keep sharing. Thank you.